but it always goes too far. Shoot him, pool, crack a jack, take off now, and don't look back. But hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. We got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street. With Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice. But hey, don't you wanna play?
I'm not a car guy. I couldn't tell you nothing about. Just what I hear. I've been a couple of times, but it wasn't. You know, it was a little cousin of mine. So.
Well, speaking of being car guys, you're the reason we're here.
Yeah.
And you're the reason he's here, from what I understand.
Well, I guess. I mean, I don't
so
know. This is all his deal, his fault.
Well, where did it begin? I guess 1972. In October, November, I bought the 59 from Gary Cohue in the old show. It owned a car lot. I gave him $300 for it. And I used it to haul wood, roofed houses back then, and it was used just as a daily driver all the time. And I drove it for, I don't know, right after I bought it, within the next 6 months, I went and picked my son up from the hospital in it in Springfield. And that was March the 21st of 73. And
somewhere in that year, or no, maybe it's 74.
No, 73. Yeah, 73. I decided that I wanted it to be black. So in 1973, in July, I believe it was, Jerry's dad painted it for me and painted it black. And
for a whopping $20 bill.
Yeah, for $20. And I think I bought a gallon of Dulux.
Yeah.
Probably give $10 for it.
I don't know. I remember, not that one, but I remember going to town and buying a gallon of Dulux black. He put me on my bicycle. It was a couple miles, I guess.
Yeah.
It was $5.65 for a gallon of black.
Yeah.
So I'm saying between $5 and $10 for a gallon of black.
Yeah. But after I had it painted, I took it to Hammer Brothers, a sign company here in the Show. Two brothers that used to paint signs, and I had Mike Lewis and Son put on the side of it, down on the front side of the bed, down low. And I was proud of the old truck. I mean, you know, but I never done anything with it other than just used it for work. You know, I mean, it was that's what it was. It was a work truck. And so it went on till, I don't know, probably in the mid-70s. Early 80s is when I done the subframe.
Yeah, but before that, 76 we painted red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
To go over here to Twin Bridges.
Yeah.
Car show.
That's right. It's red, white, and blue. It's Mac blue, and I don't remember what color the red was. And then it just white.
Just red.
But well, that's the way we painted it. And when I used to have it, I set it in the yard, and we put plastic inside the bed for the kids and fill it with water for the kids' swimming pool. And we done that. I don't know, that was their swimming pool back then. And we done a little bit of everything. And Jerry probably remembers more than what I do. about it.
I don't know that I remember more, but I just knew that somewhere in there we painted red, white, and blue, and we just
Yeah.
said, and that was before you subframed it and stuff. And
Yeah. And yeah, it had the flip front end on it.
yeah, tilt front end on it
Yeah.
and everything in '76,
Yeah.
and then there's I don't know. I don't think you really went to a car show after that.
Uh-uh. No, we went to Twin Bridges to a show, and then we went to Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
And that was the only two shows that I had ever been to with the truck until we started restoring it. And that was in September the 1st of 2014. We pulled it in and started restoring it. And you can pretty much see what it looks like today.
Well, when you subframed it, didn't Frank and Darlene do it on Sherman?
Yep.
So we were already together. So it had to be in like an 84 or 85.
Yeah.
We subframed it.
Yeah. Somewhere along in there.
I was about this tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, yeah. Frank and Darlene got together in about 84.
So
So, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Yeah.
84, 85, somewhere along there.
Yeah. And we'd been together a couple years by then.
but after that, I don't remember painting on it or nothing. Did we? Did paint it black? Yeah, we painted it black again, didn't we?
So it went black again from what I was told.
After I think
It's
it
been
was
black twice.
Yeah. After it was red, white, and blue, didn't we paint it black again? I can't really remember that, but I know after you subframed it.
Yeah.
Now, was that another can of $5 black, or was that
No,
something?
because he called me and he says that shit is $70 a gallon. Is that right? And I said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I painted it, and he said, your dad painted it for 20. What are you charging? I said, I can't paint it for $20. So, and I don't know what year that would have been. I mean, had to be 77 or 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Where'd you paint it at?
Had to paint it down on Sherman Avenue.
Did you?
70. Yeah, that would have been 78 or 79.
It had to be down in there.
Yeah, somewhere along in there.
That one
You
painted
painted
black.
before or after subframing, though?
I don't remember that part, but I remember it was red, white, and blue, but it didn't stay that way.
No, it
all
wasn't
that
for a long time.
It was black, and then I remember I thought I'd try my hand at Meadow Flake, and we painted the spears down the side and gold Meadow Flake.
Yep. Yeah, I
after it
remember
was
that.
black, and took it to the drive-in movie a couple nights later. Remember somebody was trying to peel it. Thought it was contact paper, you know.
Yeah.
Not a lot of that around. I mean, it was out there, but around where we was running and stuff, not a lot of guys done that at that time. Then, what did it do after that? I don't remember. Did it set?
Yeah, it set until, what was it, 90,
Late
91?
Yeah. I think 91 Bud drove it.
Yeah.
Because I done some work on it for Bud. I remember that.
Yeah. That's
Shop behind Crown Video I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So
Bud-
whenever you say it, Crown Video in Neosho,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to ride my bicycle to Crown Video in
The
Neosho,
one out there on
just off 71.
right across from the
Salvage
Savage
Yard.
Yard.
I had a shop 2 doors behind it. And Bud run, I guess it was the whole truck. I don't know. It wasn't just the cab, I don't think.
No, I think it was the whole truck because you Frenched the,
Well, he also, but it set a while because it's kind of rusty.
yeah.
And then I put cab corners on it and the bottoms of the front fenders and Frenched an antenna in. And
Yeah.
I don't really think we done much more to it. I think he
Other
quit.
than you welded the tailgate up.
I think he quit driving it then.
Yeah, I think it was right after that was when he let it set out in the
Field. Or
no the motor. He let the motor freeze and bust in it.
Yeah.
But I asked him before it was getting cold, and I asked him. I said, "Bud, did you check the antifreeze in that truck?" "Yep, Dad, I checked it. Yep, I checked it."
Was he a senior that year? Junior?
I don't remember,
Yeah.
but anyhow,
He didn't.
I went out there in the spring to start it, and started up. Water running out of the block, so it set from 92 92, I think it was. Because the next time it was drove is after he had that wreck. And he had the wreck in 91.
Yeah.
So that was 92 is the last time that it was drove until we started restoring it in 2014.
So it was a
And
rust bucket.
yeah, it sat out behind the shop for 15 years and sat beside the shop for another 10, 12 years.
Think how much cheaper his rates would have been if you just started it 20 years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at how expensive paint goes in a
Yeah.
hurry.
Oh yeah. He freaked out. He
Yeah.
got a hold of me. We've known each other probably 50 years,
Or at least.
and more like probably 54. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But we had, as you get older, you do life turns and you go different ways, and then I'm guessing it was around pretty close to 2016. You got a hold of me.
Yep.
And he bought the color it is now, and he just pitched a fit that was the wrong color.
Well,
But-
I wanted original, and he said that was the original color, tartan turquoise. So he bought the paint. Jerry
But-
painted the back of the cab and the front of the bed, and Mike goes, "Oh, that is not the color."
Yeah, he got a hold of me, and I'd never met your grandsons, and he's the only one that calls me Bubba. But anyway, and Tyler came out and said, "You must be Bubba," when I drove up, and I thought, I guess, nobody calls me but Mike, and he goes, "Jerry," and I said, "Yeah, that's me." So they'd been working on the truck,
He was 14. Tyler was 14 at that time.
and anyway, he decided he was going to do it, and wanted me to help him do it. He said, "Well, we can take a show unfinished camera." I said, "Yeah, these are always taking in work in progress." It's kind of escalated from there. I mean, he thought he'd done a real good job, not to make him feel bad, but when I brung it out here, he come out here and well, I done a pretty good job, and I'd already took everything he put on there off and redone his work. And it wasn't bad, but if he was going to take it to a show, I thought it ought to be a little straighter than that. And it's kind of funny that I painted all them years after my dad did, and of course, but I painted 2 other times, but we got serious this time. So
Yeah, Mike never thought I'd look like it does today. He says, "What do you think about taking a little money out of the savings account? Tyler and I put the truck together." It's like, okay. Little did I know we were going to take that much money out of the savings. But it's all right.
it's an addiction, because then
It's an investment. It's not.
It's an investment in stories and memories.
It's not It's not money wasted at all, and it'll be Tyler's someday.
but it snowballed.
Oh yeah, because as soon as I went to Jerry's shop for paint, then it was like, oh well, I gotta have something to do at the house. But I already told Mike, I said, I'm not retired yet, and you're retired, and you gotta keep busy. I don't want you sitting in the house in a recliner, growing old on me. So we bought a 55, and then now we're working on a Cameo. So yeah, it's an addiction.
But you're never done with him. He's not. I mean, I'm always painting on this one.
See, there's always something.
If he learned how to pull them up on a trailer without hitting both fenders at the same time, we'd be all right too.
That's not even nice, Jimmy.
I don't even know how he done it though. You must have been doing that.
It was
No,
dark.
she was guiding it.
It was dark, and I was watching one side, and it's like, you're getting too close, and we back up, and we ended up, I'm bumping up both sides. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
it's like a pinball. He bounced off one fender and hit the
I
other.
just assumed not load it with him myself. But
Well, I know the last video I did similar to this with Austin's truck. He goes, "There's 2 things on here." He goes, "I don't want anybody to see." And he showed me, and I got to see what he was talking about. Whenever I was doing the B-roll on it, I had to be real careful to make sure I edited out those
spots.
2 spots.
Huh.
2 spots on that truck.
Yeah.
One of them
But
those spots he already fixed them.
They're fixed and done.
Yeah.
That was
Already, yeah, it's like my son said. You're gonna have to take care of that truck the rest of your life now, because you painted it and he's showing it. And it looked good, and you're just gonna have to do upkeep on it.
And we have. Every year we've got to do something to it.
But it's just turned out to be a cool truck.
Say it's absolutely beautiful.
But it's equipped with a crate 350 and a TCI 350 tranny, the 75 Nova rear end, and a 72 Nova subframe under it. So that's how it gets its looks or stance or whatever you want to call it.
Profile.
Yeah. But basically everything else is pretty much stock. I mean, body-wise, I mean, it's...
Tailgate weld shut and roll pan, but yeah, pretty much stock.
Yeah.
So you've not chopped or stretched or squished anything on
No,
that?
he
That's the
would-
way it should be?
Yeah, he wouldn't let me do none of that.
Yeah.
When he bought one that was worth more money, I cut it up.
Rare too. Yeah. Whatever.
But he's had, I remember riding around with it when it was black and had 4-speed in it and black bucket seats.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, 80s, somewhere around in there.
I think it was like that when we dated in it.
So,
And then we bought those Thunderbirds, and then
yeah,
we didn't drive it much after the Thunderbirds.
but
So how does it run? How's that power plant works? It still do pretty good?
Still does pretty good. After 2 years of wondering why it died on me all the time, I was headed to a show a couple weeks ago, and it pulled one of its tricks on me again, and we finally brought it home and figured out what was wrong with it. I had an electric pump on it, pushing fuel to a manual pump, and the electric pump gave out, and the manual pump wouldn't pull the fuel to it, so that was the problem. So I've eliminated that, and it runs great now. Yeah, I don't
So
have
now we
any
won't have to
problem.
load it on his trailer as often because
Yeah.
we can drive it for.
Yeah,
till it gets hot and ain't got no air conditioning in it.
yeah. And the damn heater does work, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, the heater does.
It's got a good heater in it.
Well, with no AC, are you looking to do like a vintage air kit on it eventually? Or?
I hope. I hope
Because
to.
they're never done, like
Right,
we
right.
just established. So I'm sure there's more plans you've got for
Oh
it.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He just informed me before you got here. He's thinking about a color change in a couple of years.
yeah.
So
So what are we thinking? Or is this something we don't want the world to see yet?
Well, I guess.
More
I
tea.
hid the piece.
Oh, did you?
I moved it because of the wood stove.
Yeah, it'll be the original color that I wanted the truck
Okay.
And
before it was painted this color. It's called Tempo Turquoise.
it's
and-
more of a green,
Yeah, it's got more of a green tint to it.
Gotcha.
a metallic color too.
Yeah,
And that's what it was when he bought it.
yeah.
And
But
I honestly, I don't ever remember it being at that color. I mean, I was around. I remember Dad painting it black. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
yeah,
And the truck had always been black. And when we painted this color, and you said it wasn't the right color, you was gonna go buy a gallon of black. And we was gonna paint it black.
And I told him he spent money on that paint, and we've already established the price of paint these days. It was not going to sit on the shelf. We were going to use it. And not one show goes by that somebody doesn't say, I love that color.
Yeah, you gave me that picture. I mean, I got.
that's the
picture.
color it was originally.
So it's a little.
And that picture was taken in April of '73.
All right, let's see if the camera will pick this up.
Mike and I were talking just the other day, because last time we came over to the shop and had a little cuss and discuss, it was like, we need a wow factor for the Cameo, so let's paint it the same color as the 59 because that gets all the attention. It's like, you're not painting two trucks the same color. And you don't bought paint for that truck. So then Mike tells me at home, he goes, you know, if we paint the Cameo, the turquoise, then I can use the other and paint the 59 the color I originally wanted it. Isn't that called manipulation?
That's a solution.
Yep. Pretty much.
And
That's-
it didn't, and ain't wasted no product that way.
Exactly.
This is true, but, and
But-
like I said, the 59 needs another paint job anyway, like you have already said.
Well, he said that the other day, and I thought, no, I don't want to paint it again. But
Surprise!
surprise, yeah. Today he said, well, we could, the way we don't waste the paint, we can paint. Well, you're getting what you really wanted on the 59 to start with.
But then it's going to be Tyler someday, so is Tyler going to like it? That it's going to be
I
more?
don't give a damn if I likes it or not.
It'll be a dark blue, but we'll both be dead and gone probably by then.
Well, and Tyler and I talked the other day, and he goes, "There's several things I'd like to do different." I go, "It'll be yours someday to do different."
Until then,
Until then,
Until
we'll
then, it's mine.
yeah. But he's put some ideas and thoughts in the truck too.
So what was the inspiration for the ghost flames on there? Something you just thought would be cool? Was that your idea or his
No,
idea?
his
or
idea.
Was that your idea?
Not mine.
he
I
asked
seen
me.
them on a car someplace or something, and they really caught my eye. I really liked them, and so I asked Jerry if he could do it. Yeah, no big deal. So I told him I wanted ghost flames on it, and that's what he put on it. So
And his
So
I'm
I had an
thinking-
uncle with a Chevelle that had the deck stripes, front and the rear. It was a black Chevelle with stripes that were a deep bluish purple color, metallic.
Yeah,
And unless you got it in the sun just right,
Right.
you couldn't see it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And yeah, Kevin's car was awesome, and those flames are just right on par. Same
Yeah, I
same
didn't.
level of
Well-
you've got to be just right or you can't see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't. He surprised me by wanting to do that because he, from before and when we were running around, he didn't really care for that kind of stuff, you know. And I said, "You sure you want to do that?" So I just used some silver pearl in the clear to make it ghost. Just outlined it lightly, do it. I wasn't, you know, wouldn't have been right red, yellow, and orange or nothing
Yeah.
like that. So that's. I just laid them out and done that. That's you know, the best I could do, and it turned out pretty cool. I mean, you couldn't see them. I thought I got a 2 ghost, but
It's
outside-
hard to pull up on the camera, I can tell you that. If
But
as
it-
many
but
pictures
it'll
and
show-
videos I've done of that, I'm not sure how many of them actually show or not.
But you know, in certain sunlight, it shows up pretty good.
It pops, yeah.
And I thought, because in here I thought, and then had to do some touch up on it. So I put some flames, ghost flames, around the license plate on the rear,
I saw that.
and he never noticed it. He came up and he said, "Oh, that looks good." And I said, "You ain't gonna say nothing about the flames?" And, "Oh hell, I didn't know you done that." And I said, "Well, it was kind of plain black there, so I just added it."
So I seen those the day that we did the B-roll out at the wedding.
Yeah.
That's whenever I saw them.
But
Yeah.
a lot of people walk by that truck at car shows and never see the flames until they get past it. Then it catches their eye and they turn around and say, "Oh, look," because you hear people talking all the time. "Look at this, look at this." You know, they didn't
I mean, it just turned out really to be a good color for that truck because it's kind of got, it's the color where, you know, somebody's walking by, they'll stop and look at it.
Hmm.
And then they notice the flames. And then they notice there's stainless on the tailgate and inside the bed, you know. And I'd really never paid no attention to that a couple of weeks ago. And car show, and I was sitting there, and they said, they called it mirrors, but it's stainless. And they didn't really see it. They was just walking by it, and they looked at the color, and then that started them to look at it. And I was telling them later that week, it's kind of the gotcha factor. You know, once they look, you get somebody to look at your car, you know, you draw them over there.
Hmm. Keep that interest.
Interest, and then they see other things, so it's kind of gotcha factor. And I said, that's what you need to do on the Cameo when you build it. So that was when the paint discussion got to change it on the Cameo, but
Yeah.
So the paint discussion, the new color, what are we thinking that's going to be? I'm assuming you're not going to stick with the same flames that are on it. You're going to do something different. What are you wanting to throw on there now to kind of get that extra little hook once you've got them looking at it?
I don't know. You know,
that
it's,
will be up to him
It's kind
because he's the builder on the Cameo, and he's done all the work on the 59.
as far as
I mean, other than the mechanical work, I mean, I've done all that. But as far as the body work and the way it looks now and everything, that's all thanks to him. Because there ain't no way I could ever be able to do that.
Jerry's vision.
Jerry's vision. I don't know if it's a vision or not, but Jerry's nightmares, you know.
Yeah, but the truck, we started showing it, and 2 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, somebody approached Mike and said, "Saw your truck. Are you interested in putting it in a film, in a movie?" Mike says, "Sure." We talked about it. It's like probably just somebody blowing smoke. And next day they called and set it up with him, and he went to Arkansas and started filming. We let our grandson that helps with the truck go with him for 2 days out of school because, he was into it. I had to go back to work. I couldn't go, but.
What was the name of the movie? I've heard the story. Obviously, they haven't heard the story.
The Robin Hood of Stillwell is the name of it, and it's about a bank robber named Charles Parrott that robbed 23 banks in 11 years and was never caught for robbing the banks. He was caught when he backed his truck into the front door of a bank trying to break into it. He'd done 7 years and 14 days in Leavenworth. And his daughter has written a book about her dad's adventures and everything. And they wanted to, they're trying to make a movie out of it. And I don't know how it's going to come out. The guy that was backing it to begin with, he backed out. And supposedly there's some other people in Tulsa that's very interested in the movie part of it. So that's yet to be done.
And the reason,
But
reason is because of the truck. That's the style of truck they use in the bank robbers.
Yeah.
So that's the reason they ask him for the truck.
Yeah, so it's in the Sizzler.
Yeah, because he used to, him and his partner, Jim Strange, and he was from Tulsa. I met Jim at the filming they done in Arkansas. But they took the gas tank out of the truck, and Jim would lay behind the seat, and Charlie would get under the hood. He would lay a board across the motor and get under the hood, and they could close the hood, and his wife would drive them through roadblocks. That's how they got through the roadblocks.
Nice.
And so he...
My luck, I'd get my leg caught in the fan.
Right?
Yeah, under the hood.
They were not very big men, either one of them.
Yeah, but still, just my luck. Can you imagine riding on a
No.
running engine under the hood?
Yep, I guess that's the way he got away with a lot of them. But it was real interesting to watch them film it, the way they done it and everything. Yeah, it was a pretty cool deal. And we're hoping that someday it does get made into a movie or a miniseries. They even talked about a miniseries. So, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, anybody can buy a truck and anybody can do work on it.
Yeah.
But
I remember you taking
it's where it takes you and what you get to do with it and the people you meet along the way. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Remember you taking it to Mocan.
Yep.
Drag racing it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Now I'm assuming you kept it straight all the way down Mocan. There was no wobbling around.
This was long before it was painted in the shape it is today.
It run a 1524, I think is what I run it in a quarter.
Then that was, it was black then. It was years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
What they say, they called it a one-pill wonder. You didn't have track. Just one tire just
lighting the
smoking.
one up the whole way.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was probably the coolest thing was the announcer called it a one-pill wonder,
Yeah.
But
I know the first time I ever went to Mocan, I stood at the light so long, I heard the announcer over the speaker talking about me sleeping at the light.
Well, it wasn't all that long ago when I went, and this guy, like you said, fell asleep at the light. But if you come back, and I was with this other guy, and he said, "What was you doing? Making a sandwich?"
Yeah.
The majority of the work, or all the work that's been done currently, that was all done here.
I've done all the work, and it's been.
And how long have you been here?
About 27 years.
And how much of this did you bring, and how much of it's just collected in those 27 years?
All of it in 27 years, basically. What it was is I keep stuff off of cars and stuff, and I've just put it in boxes and really forgot about it. And had grandkids, and they got into some boxes outside. And I said, well, heck, I'll just hang this up. And then I got friends come by, and they'd flea market, and they'd get me here, hang this up. The next thing you know, it's gotten out of hand. But to me, it's home. It's comfortable. That's what I like, you know.
I love the style in here. It's just awesome.
And you know,
And it is the Bondo Lounge.
And there's no rhyme or reason. You know, I just put it up. I don't. If it's crooked, it's crooked. You know, I just put it up. I enjoy it. I like to sit here and think about what I'm going to do next on a car or something, and do it. You know, it's just comfortable and it's got character. I think, anyway.
I agree.
Now, I forgot to tell you about the actor that drove the truck. His name was Jalon Vanover. And if you look at right in front of the steering wheel on the dash, there's a dent that he put in there. It was one of the stunts that he had to do when he was driving the truck, and I know he didn't mean to do it, because when he brought the truck back to me with the dent in it, he was ready to crawl under the truck. He was beside himself. He said, I'm sorry. I said, just autograph it for me and it'll be fine. And so he did, and it's autographed and cleared, and it's a permanent fixture now. I could pop it out, but, you know, why pop it out? It's character.
It's story.
Yep. So, you know.
Now I'm going to go move the camera that's over there in front of this car, because you have not been in any shot that I can think of. Now, I've heard you talking.
That's what you need to get you a metal cooler and paint it the color of your truck. Put it in the bed of your truck.
Well, I could probably do that.
Quit giving him more ideas, Jerry.
Ghost flame it too, you know.
Yeah.
Making more work for yourself there.
That's all right. Job security.
Pretty much.
I guess.
Somebody asked me if I was doing any other cars besides the one for the Lewis family. So
I told you you're on retainer.
just like a lawyer.
Yep.
What's the floor shift you got in it?
It's an aftermarket. I don't know. I
Because
think
I was going to ask you that anyhow.
I think it's a Hurst. I think it's got a Hurst shifter in it.
I don't know. Because I was going to think about putting one in the Buick, but it's what I got. It's a B&M, and I don't like to pull up on the handle.
Well, that's what maybe that's the reason I've got that one. It had one of the other the locks, and I don't like them. I like that when you push down on it.
Yeah.
Goes in easier.
Didn't know. I was thinking that the other day, and I didn't know. So I thought this was an opportunity to ask. What's good?
Well, he keeps talking about putting a tall shifter
I
in
would.
Cameo, and I'm thinking, I do not like that, and I intend to drive the Cameo.
You're just going to have to reach up.
No.
I guess.
Some things I don't
I guess
compromise on.
that's what you'll have to do when you repaint this one the color you want. You'll put the tall shifter in it. And she'll-
That sounds like a plan, but I can drive that one too.
Yeah, but it sounds like you'll drive the Cameo and he'll drive this.
Tyler told me I couldn't drive the 59. He kept saying, Mama, you can't drive it. Your legs are too short. You can't do that seat.
What you need to do is get a 1-ton and get a good gooseneck trailer and pull one of the other cars, trucks, and have matching hauler and show truck.
There you go again, Jerry.
I'm thinking for you.
Yeah, I'm thinking not.
Well, you know, Mike wants to keep you working.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to have a 58 or 9, 2-ton or 2.5 ton, whatever, that I could build and haul my truck on it. But I don't need to haul it now, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's cool looking. What they call them, a ramp truck.
Yeah,
you know,
ramp truck.
Yeah.
But of course, I wouldn't drive it. Yeah, from here to Tulsa, nah.
Why not?
I ain't driving it that far.
Well, why don't you put airbags on it and Cummins diesel in it?
Yes, they just put you a newer drivetrain under.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
going to run that old
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Your suspension, it'll drive like a Cadillac going down the road.
That's, all you got to do is that drinking and thinking thing. We'll get it.
I mean, I drive for a living, and even the internationals that we're running, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Which is some air seats in it.
They even make automatics.
Yeah.
I'm thinking somebody needs to play the lottery and all
I
your
got the winning tickets bought.
that all your dreams come true.
And which lottery ticket did you win? Because I want to make sure I don't buy one because I don't want to compete if I'm just not.
I just got the lotto.
If I know I'm going to lose, it's not even worth buying.
You know, we don't need the big Powerball. I mean, we don't need that. We'd have too many relatives coming up. We just need enough to keep Jerry busy and, and make the 6 vehicles for the 6 grandkids. And
so basically, if he wins the lottery, you get all the money minus what it costs for his beer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'll get my share, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I'll have to work for my share of it, see, while he watches.
Money's money. That's what I said, minus the beer money,
Yeah,
because
true.
that's going to have to come out of it.
Oh, yeah.
but they always say if you enjoy what you're doing, you never work a day in your life.
That's
You're
right.
just going to enjoy yourself, Jerry.
I've been enjoying myself for quite some time. I'm thankful to be where I'm at. It ain't big time, it's backyard, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, when Mike started building the 59 and really got serious on the 59, he says, I've got to put a lift in the shop because I'm too old to be crawling under him with creepers. So he's put the lift in the shop, and all the grandkids have benefited from it because they don't have to crawl out underneath the old maple tree like Mike did when he was young to work on something. And all their friends, it's amazing how many grandchildren we have nowadays.
But the bad thing of all that is, you got 30 by 40 shop, you had to buy a carport to put the truck in because you can't put it in there because the grandkids will scratch it up working on their stuff.
Make more work for you.
Yeah, but can't show it if it's in the shop all the time getting fixed. No, if that old truck could talk, it probably remembers more stories than we do.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I had another story earlier, and I thought maybe I hadn't ought to mention. What the hell? You can edit all of this.
We was roofing a house down at Grand Falls in Joplin. Me and my grandpa. And anyhow, they just put fresh tar on Baxter Street, and she just drove right down it. But nothing I could do. It was already done.
Yeah.
So you've only done interior once in that truck, ain't you? I mean, since it's been painted.
Yeah.
You redone carpet, but
Yeah. We put the new carpet in it.
and that's about it.
Yeah. I put the carpet in it, 2 years ago?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you. Of course, like we talked earlier, it's just started everything. You put trim around the cab on it, stainless trim that it didn't really ever have. Stainless steel plates on the inside the door jambs.
Dressing it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Once it got painted and looking good, then it just snowballed.
Yeah.
Because then went to interior and then a steering column. You had to change it to make it look better. Chrome steering column. Let's see.
Yeah, the seat, the guy in Monette done the seat and the carpet the first time it was done.
Yeah.
And then the carpet was,
Not what you liked.
no, it was bad. And so I bought a,
Carpet kit.
carpet kit and put it in myself.
So the other carpet, you just didn't like the feel of it? You didn't like the way it fit?
I didn't like the way that he put it in there. I mean, it wasn't right,
Gotcha.
And so I just brought one of the pre-made ones that would fit it and put it in there.
Well, you put a factory style radio in it, didn't you?
Not factory, really.
I
No,
mean, it would fit
well,
the
yeah,
whole-
it's factory style.
That's what I
it
meant,
fit the
factory
dash
style.
and everything. Yeah,
Of what you've done,
yeah.
I don't think it ever had them type of mirrors on it when you owned it.
Nope, I had West Coast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The big.
Tyler wanted the halo headlights. So that's one of Tyler's contributions to the truck.
Shop's different in section.
I know.
The channel's different too.
I understand all that now.
Do you?
I've been schooled.
I was wondering if you'd been schooled on it.
So has Mike. To be honest with you,
I
he
know,
got
right?
schooled.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been schooled.
Yeah, I've learned a whole lot in the last 4 or 5 years over here.
And
6 years, 7 years.
I don't know.
But you're not a body
Hell, I
man.
don't know, huh?
You're not a body man.
No, I'm not proud of me.
You were a tow truck driver and a roofer, and
Yeah, I never dreamed my wildest dreams ever looked like that truck would ever look like.
you are welcome.
A whole lot and then some. Yeah. But it's come a long ways.
It's definitely gorgeous.
In the last 6 years, it's come a long ways.
Oh yeah,
From sitting beside the shop.
From when it was sandblasted and
Yes.
Christopher showed
Yeah,
us.
you got all the pictures of it sandblasted, didn't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've got a bunch.
That was just crazy. Mike didn't even know those existed until Christopher, our grandson, said, "I have these pictures, Papa." And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was so bad. Yeah, I don't remember it being that bad.
It's just amazing you've kept it that long.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, never got totaled out or something. By driving it every day, it was your work truck. I mean, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then it was like a total another truck when it was just resting away out there in the field.
Yeah.
It was like you found it again, so to speak.
Reincarnated.
Yeah, because it's sat there behind the shop and there's people stop by all the time wanting to buy it.
About like the Chance and Dewey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That guy was just not going to take no for an answer.
Oh my gosh.
And it's amazing to me that Mike come over to me and says, he's got me scared. And I said, that's easy. Just don't price it.
That's right. That's what I told him. I told
Once
him.
you say one price, he's going to jump on it.
Yep.
It's amazing that we've never named that truck.
I was going to ask if it had a name.
No, and it should have been. I was sitting there, we was talking about how it changed. It should have had, like, of course you wouldn't want to call it 9 Lives, but it's something like that.
Endless possibilities.
Endless possibilities. That's a pretty long name, but yeah. I mean, not like Yesterday's Wine. That's a long name. I did say that. I did
I've been
admit
thinking
that.
of a thing for the cameo, but I haven't got it there yet.
Was there anything else you guys want to add? Or
I don't know. I was thinking. got quiet.
to say if
Well,
you've got more that you want to get out there, or something that we haven't talked about that you think needs to be included?
The truck's got just a lot of memories there.
Exactly.
It's been both of us. I mean, he's owned it all the time, but I've seen it.
It does get a lot of attention at car shows.
Yeah.
It does. He's won over, close to 100 trophies on it?
And
75.
it ain't as much as that as, just like driving it and somebody's looking at it at the gas station and you
Yeah.
got to stop.
Or you drive down the
Oh
road
yeah,
and
drive
somebody
down
gives
the
you a
road and
thumb up.
somebody's.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's just like that gentleman down at Dewey. I mean, he wanted that truck. He was going to buy that truck. If he didn't have the cash on him, he was going to call his banker, and his banker was going to bring us the money. And I told Mike, no way, no way. And Tyler, our grandson, was with us, and he said, it's not for sale. And
he was one of them
persistent.
guys that probably had the money. No matter. He told his lady friend that was with him, he says, I've got enough cash on me to buy that. If not,
I'll call the banker.
I can get it.
$500,000.
Can I? And she said, yes, you can. And Mike come over to me. He said, this guy scares me. I said, there ain't nothing to be scared about. Do not say a number. If you don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
If you.
That's from the start to the,
More or less.
to the start to the end.
Well, the end ain't here.
Not the end.
The end ain't here.
It's
Yeah.
never the end.
Yeah.
To present.
Yeah.
Present.
Well, I definitely want to take a minute and thank you
Thank you.
for allowing me to
I
come
appreciate
down
it.
and talk with y'all.
Thank you.
And does that match the truck, or
Not
is it
quite.
just kind of close?
It's kind of close.
And the work you have done is truly awesome. I
Thank you.
thank you for allowing us to come down here to your shop
No problem.
and film this here, and it's just
Well, we can do it again, I'm sure.
you should be very proud of your work. And I look forward to some of these other ones whenever they
Yeah.
start getting
We can do that.
a little further. I definitely want to see some more of them.